So our next guest went from being homeless to living a life of victory. Fearlessly blazing her own trail, Cessna says you can create your own destiny no matter the circumstances. Welcome, Chance.
Thank you so much for having me on this show. I'm so grateful to be here.
Yeah,
Thank you.
You have an incredible story that we're going to get to the work that you're doing now, and then we're going to talk about your book. But let's get your backstory a little bit. You're from Chicago, but you had a few obstacles coming up.
Yes, so I am a Chicago native, born and raised in Chicago, and I just released my new book, Emerge, Breakthrough into Your Destiny, and it shares my story of some of the challenges that I've overcame. So from being in a deadly car accident when I was 3 years old, to losing my mom when I was 8 years old and her being pronounced brain dead, to going to college and being told by the university dean to drop out, to graduating, then getting fired from 6 jobs, to being homeless and sleeping in my car. And I just share my story of how I emerged despite the odds, and I really want to just share that message with the world, that you can emerge no matter what you've been through.
So how do you go to homeless and sleeping in your car in 2017, and about 24 months later, you've kind of turned things around. You've got this book, and now you are on the mission to encourage others. Tell me a little bit about that journey.
Yeah, well, it's not about how you start, but it's about how you finish. You know, so some of us, I have this chapter in the book, chapter 9, it's called From the Pit to the Palace. And some of us, we've come from different pits, right? Different struggles, but you can go from the pit to the palace, and you can go from a place that seems like nothing to really walking out and living a life that you've always dreamed. So I talk about that in the book, and it can happen. It can happen for you. It happened for me, and that's the message I hope to inspire the world with.
Yeah, and how big is faith a part of your journey?
Oh, faith is so huge. You know, I have this motto for my life, and my motto is only believe. And only believe is about suspending all unbelief, suspending all doubt, all fear, where you're only believing, and it's 100% pure faith toward your goals, toward your dreams, and you'll go so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk more about what you're doing right now. So you have the new book, Emerge.
Yes.
And you're on a book tour. A lot of people, they end up coming to places like this to talk about their books, but you've also been going into prisons to talk about your books.
Yes.
What has that been like? So you just went to Statesville, right?
Yes, I was at Statesville Prison. So in the process of me writing my new book, I would have visions of prisoners reading my book behind bars, and it would bring me to tears. So I knew that once I released the book that I had to go to the prisons. So I started at Statesville last week, and it was an eye-opening experience. It was difficult. It was heart-wrenching to see so many young people behind bars with so much talent and so much potential. But I believe that even though you're physically in prison, that you can still emerge mentally, emotionally, spiritually. There's still room for that. So that's the message that I've been going to the prisons with, and they've been getting my book Emerge. I've been sending them out to the prisons, and it's like changing lives already. So.
Yeah. What'd you see when you went to Statesville? Like, just what did it feel like?
Wow. So when I went to the prison, I was literally going from cell to cell.
Oh, wow.
And I wasn't sure, you know, what the process was going to be. So I was looking at the faces, you know, eye to eye with murderers and killers and rapists, but these were also sons and brothers and fathers. So it was really difficult to experience. The place, they didn't have any air conditioning. So a lot of the people in those jails, it was no air, and it's the middle of summer.
Oh, wow.
So that was hard to watch, but I saw so much hope. You know, people in there, they still had smiles. Some were writing, some were, you know, singing, writing poetry. I mean, it was just so much talent in there, and I just really hope to go back soon and make a difference.
Because I think that's something, at least that we've talked about in this show, frustrating about the prison population, is that we kind of discard these people. But I mean, we also talk about how there's still hope, and there's still the fact that these people are still here, there's still something that can be done with them. Yeah,
so actually this past Sunday, I was at another facility where basically they prepare prisoners to get back, to be released back into the public. So basically they help them get jobs, they give them the educational resources, and really help them emerge back into real life.
Yes.
So they also got a copy of this book this past Sunday, and they were just so grateful and so happy, and they were giving me hugs and just so grateful. So this book is for young people, old people, white people, black people. No matter who you are or what you've been through, we all have it in us to emerge. We're either seeking to emerge from something or into something.
Yes.
So it's a universal message of emerge, and I really hope to take this message across the world and share no matter what you've been through, you can unleash your divine power, the power that God has put inside of you, and really use it as a stepping stone to be a world changer.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
you are a woman on a mission. I love it. You guys, Emerge Breakthrough into Your Destiny is available on Amazon right now. And to keep up with Chance, just head to her website, okay? It's chancecessna.com, and make sure you follow her on social media. She has a really awesome Instagram page.